Okay, let's make that our last question because
She's been waiting for a long time.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Well, first of all, I have to acknowledge there's an element of hypocrisy because, I mean, I own a cell phone and a laptop, but my question is about the need for a device.
Right.
Because, I mean, ultimately, I mean, that's not your ultimate goal with all of this. I mean, you've done a brilliant job of explaining to the Western mind what 5,000 years or more of Hindu gurus have been telling us all along.
Right.
So isn't the point to take it within and learn to then radiate it out, but from within? What is the purpose of the device? Because then doesn't that become a tool for power and corruption?
Right.
I mean, does that make sense? Does the question make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You got to remember that, like, power and corruption and all these things, they're just tools for the learning. Huh? And so, you know, when you learn to walk, you fall and hurt yourself and, you know, learn better and, you know, you should...
So the device would just be a crutch then?
No. No, I wasn't saying that.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, and this is a very fundamental, I started the lecture with this, it's a very fundamental problem. Like I was saying, spiritual people say we don't need no technology, and, you know, physicists say we don't need no consciousness. I understand what you're saying to me is that I've got this image of purity, and in this image of purity, there is no device involved. Okay, that like I'm all powerful. I can do whatever I want. The problem is that in that vision, first of all, which was brought into your mind and based on religious beliefs. The concept, the fundamental concept is that there's a division between your consciousness and atomic structure. That the external atomic world is not part of your higher potential. And what I'm saying to you is that if you eliminate that, you're missing half the feedback. That is, and so that's an esoteric response to your question. And I know you might say, well, you're not really answering what I'm saying. But I want to give you another example. It doesn't matter how many gurus on the planet are able to reach nirvana.
Or manifest gems in the palm of their hand?
Whatever.
Okay.
It's irrelevant because changes on the planet are occurring much faster than all of us becoming these gurus. Okay? And there's great challenge in being able to survive. So at this point, any, you know, non-application of these higher thoughts will only result on all the gurus and the rest of the people not making it. Right? So that, I assure you, and I'll give you another example, because it's so important. You sit and meditate, and you go and visit Alpha Centaurus, okay? Let's say. Or you go and orbit Jupiter in your consciousness, okay? That's great. But I assure you that if I landed a craft in your backyard, opened the door, took you on, and brought you to Jupiter, or brought you to Alpha Centaurus, or brought you to the other side of the galaxy, your level of consciousness would go through leaps and bounds. Okay? The level of consciousness of a civilization is always attached to their capacity to reach new fractal scale of relationship to their world. New understanding, new perspectives. Right? All the astronauts that went to space that saw the Earth from a different perspective came back changed. You know, when we started to be able to travel around the world, we came back changed. When we were just rocks, and then there was a little water, right? There was just minerals, and then there was a little water, and then the minerals got with the water, and eventually the rocks started to be able to move. That's you and me. Right? And as we were able to move, we learned more, and our consciousness grew. So what I'm saying to you is that it's all the same. The device is you, you are the device. It's all the same.